Spreading all around my room, my world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the World of Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Northern Ohio Golden Broncos Team Builder Dynasty. Today we take on weeks number 3 and 4 in this season. This fourth season, I think it is. Third or fourth season. I think it's the fourth season, though. We are 2-0, and we're currently ranked number 2 in the entire country. We take on Rutgers today and Maryland. Big Ten season's open. I mean, we play 10 Big Ten games this year. Next year, we will switch it back to 8. I kind of got a little overboard with the 10 Big Ten games, but we'll go back down to 8 games for the next season. But we open Big Ten play early in the year, and it's only going to be tough games. The Big Ten is full of tough teams. Maybe Rutgers and Maryland aren't at the top of that list, but any given Saturday, you can get beat by a team like Rutgers or Maryland. So hopefully that doesn't happen, because I'd like to really keep that undefeated season that we got with 2-0, and I'd like to keep our top 2 ranking, maybe even jump up to number 1. Who knows? It's all possible. But we got to find out and play in today's episode. If you're going to enjoy, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Let's go take a look at how we became 2-0. Last episode, we opened the new season with a game against App State, which is our rival game because we took over Charlotte when we created this dynasty in the first place. And so we just inherited their rivalry, which was App State, and we beat them in week 0. And then we went to Neyland Stadium and beat Tennessee 28-20. The only reason we scheduled Tennessee on this list is because during the offseason, we were going after Lenora Sellers, who was a South Carolina transfer, entered the transfer portal, and we were going in hard on him, but so was Tennessee. And then he chose Tennessee over us. Unfortunately for him, because he chose Tennessee, he's now the 3rd or 4th string quarterback on their roster, when he could have been the starter for us. So he made a poor business decision. I mean, the money couldn't have been that good. We were offering him a lot of money as well, as much as we could. But Tennessee had just had a little bit more in their pocketbook. That's okay, though, because we beat Tennessee, and they're 0-2 right now, so they're not off to a great start. And we are 2-0 as we take on Rutgers and Maryland today. 1 home game, 1 away game. Once we get into like this portion where it's like week 6, week 8, week 10, these are going to be the crucial visit weeks, because we've got a lot of 5 stars that I want to bring in on campus. So week 6 and week 8 and week 10 are going to be very, very massive games, which are all somewhat easy. I mean, we got home against Illinois, home against Iowa, and then home against Wisconsin. Those aren't like world beater teams. And to be fair, we're not playing anybody that's like unbelievably difficult. We do have a top 25 team in USC. Penn State's always tough, especially on the road in their place. Indiana can be tough at times. Even Wisconsin can be tough at times. We have a rematch against Washington. We lost to them during the regular season last year, and then we played them again in the Big Ten championship game, and we beat them. So we're kind of 1-1 in the recent matchups. And then obviously UCLA's hit or miss, but the rest of the teams are kind of whatever. So it's a medium difficulty schedule. It's not the hardest we could have got. We don't have any Ohio State or Michigan State or Michigan or Oregon or anybody like that on this schedule this year. So we kind of dodged a little bit of a bullet like that. But it's still going to be a tough schedule. The Big Ten's always tough. This is what the recruiting board looks like. We're going against some top teams for George Chin. The only problem with George Chin, even though he's the number 1 player, is he's from California. That might affect the ability of those guys, because they're going to have pipelines. Oregon, USC, Washington, all those kind of teams are going after him. And they have a little bit better pipeline. We have no pipeline for this guy. But luckily, he doesn't care about proximity to home. He cares about brand exposure. And we have a decent brand exposure. So I'm hoping we can just power our way through and get the number 1 player in the country, because he would be a nice replacement for Jeremiah Buckley, who I'm pretty sure is graduating after this year. So That would be a nice replacement. We're also going after Andre Price. We have both these guys, as you may have noticed, on week 6 visits. So week 6 has already become a big week. Andre Price is 6'1", 190. He's a big time 5-star corner. He's the number 2 player in the entire class. Walt Ogletree, we're going after. Sammy Bulaga, like I said, we're going after a bunch of 5-stars, as we usually do. We try to get a bunch of different 5-stars out of the program, and we've been able to make our pace for Braden Leitke. Now, I've talked about this in the past episode, last episode. We don't necessarily need wide receiver because we're very good at wide receiver right now. We got a very deep team and a lot of guys that are somewhat young. So wide receiver's not at the top of our list. I mean, look at all these wide receivers that we have here. All 4 of these guys are freshman, sophomore. So they're going to have a ton of time, and and some of them are redshirted. So they're all going to be here for a while, including Ikegwanu who's going to be here. So that's already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys in the wide receiver room that are going to be here for the next couple of years. And that's not even considering the possibility of Z Smith or Christopher Greenwell Jr. or Jeremiah Melvin staying around for their senior season. So wide receiver is not really that big of an issue, but Leitke is super good. So if we're going to bring in any wide receivers, I'd bring in him. I don't know if we're going to get him, but at least I'll try. Now, the big story of last episode was the possible quarterback controversy that we might have stumbled upon. Dave Grimes is a true freshman that we brought in the offseason. And I was ready to put him in as the day 1 starter, but then we played the initial game against App State, and I didn't like the way that he played, and obviously that the servers crashed out on me like they usually do. I'm sure they're going to do it in this episode as well. But Dave Grimes, the way that he threw the football just didn't feel good. Like he just, I don't know. I went into practice mode with him as well, and I started throwing the football with him, and it just, I don't know, it didn't feel amazing. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's his release. It just doesn't feel like he's throwing the ball hard, even though he does have the highest throw power on the team at 92. It just doesn't feel like he's throwing the ball hard. Then we went with Nick Madden, and Nick Madden is who we went with in the Tennessee game, and he ended up winning the game for us and all that kind of stuff. So I'm assuming that Nick Madden is going to still be our starting quarterback for this episode. But I kind of want to give Dave Grimes another shot at it because, I mean, he's a great freshman quarterback. He's really good. But it's just like I don't know how I feel about his arm strength. Like it's weird. It's very strange. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. It's such a strange phenomenon that his arm strength just feels weird, feels off. But Nick Madden will be our quarterback for this start of this game. If we start to blow out Rutgers, then obviously we'll put in Dave Grimes and see if maybe it was a fluke. Maybe because I think the game against App State, it was raining. Maybe that was a problem. I don't know. But Nick Madden is going to be our starter for this game, and we will see if we can beat Rutgers. And like I said, if we blow them out or start to get ahead by a comfortable amount, we'll give Dave Grimes another shot. But we got to get there first. Here we go on the golden field of Northern Ohio against Rutgers. I think we played Rutgers last year, and wasn't that game the game where they ran like crazy on us? Or was that the Maryland game? There was one game last year where there was absolutely no defense played at all, especially on the ground. Like I think one of the teams, I think it was the Rutgers game, they had their running back like back-to-back plays. He rushed for like 90-yard touchdowns. So, speaking of 90-yard touchdowns, Jayshon Oliver out of the gates early. Okay, 31 yards of the first carry. Who needs a quarterback when you can just run the ball like that every play? Is Rutgers going to give me an easy running game? I will certainly take... Oh my God, if we're going to be gashing them for 15, 20 yards a play, then this game might be over very quick. That's huge. Now Deuce Washington comes in. We did put our captain jerseys on the players. We didn't move number 13. It's still worn by Sammy Allen Jr. He'll wear the rest of this year as his senior season. But we did move number 33 on the defense, and that is now worn by Jeremiah Buckley. It was going to be worn by Jordan Allen, but you can't change the number on real-life players. You can only change it on custom players or on recruits. So we couldn't give it to Jordan Allen, but we can give it to Jeremiah Buckley, so we did. And then when Jeremiah Buckley graduates, then we'll give it to somebody else next year. It's kind of a revolving door. That's the whole point. But if you're not familiar with what these jerseys are for, I at the very beginning of the series, I identified one single number on offense and defense, one jersey number that I would give to a player that I felt deserved to be the leader of the defense each year, and that would be the captain's number. It's kind of similar to how it's like an honorable number. It's kind of similar to how the Buckeyes do like the block O number every year, or I think there's other teams that do numbers like that, but I'm a Buckeye fan, so I just that's the example that comes to my head. But it's kind of along those lines where a team gives you a specific number that only you can wear on one side of the ball. There's nobody else that wears it, and that is it's an honor. It's an honor to wear that number. It means you've proven yourself so much on the field and in the classroom in real life, and just in the organization that you have earned that number and earned the respect. But in this, it means you've earned the respect on the field. So I've given those numbers away, and we did it. The first number was Amani Tolles. He wore number 13 the first year. As we score a touchdown with Jayshon Oliver, that was a pretty simple drive. Now we did get down to a fourth down, or was it a third down? I think it was a fourth down. We got down to a fourth down and long, but we were able to convert it. We shouldn't have too much trouble with Rutgers today. We are the better team. That doesn't always mean that the better team wins, I guess. We'll see how it goes. KJ Duff, 99 catching, okay, but only 84 speed. Eric James Jr. blows that out of the water with his 95 speed. Only 85 speed for their best wide receiver, the receiver that they're highlighting. That's going to be interesting. He won't be able to burn us, at least. That's good. Although we might not have to worry about speed as we can't tackle. It's not going to matter if they have speed or not. They just run past us, the tackles. It looks like if the game that I'm referring to where there was absolutely no defense on the run game, it looks like if this was the team, oh, never mind. Forget about the 85 speed. He ran past us and scored a touchdown. Why did I open my big fat mouth? KJ Duff, 85 speed, runs past my corner. Who was on that right side or that left side? Who's on it? Because it couldn't have been Eric James Jr. There's no way. 95 speed? It's okay. It's Albert McAfee. I don't know what Albert McAfee's speed is or what his defensive ratings are. McAfee has 92 speed, which still should be good enough to... I mean, all of our guys are 92 plus at corner, so they should all be able to stay with everybody that they're covering. But McAfee's... his pursuit's 87, which is great. His play rec is 83, which is solid enough to keep up. His man coverage is an 80. All these numbers are great. He should never have gotten beat that bad by an 85 speed wide receiver. I know he's their best wide receiver on the team, but he should have never gotten beat by him that bad. And he did. So I guess we do have to worry about getting burned down the field by their wide receivers. Bryce O'Connor, the number one player in the entire class last year. I'd love to start a little streak of pulling in the number one player each year. That'd be pretty fun. We got Bryce O'Connor last year. We're going to get that Greg Chin guy this year. If we could just like have a streak of, every year this team brings in the number one player in each class, that'd be pretty cool. It'd be a nice little feather in the cap. I don't think we did it before Bryce O'Connor. I can't remember exactly. Is that ball going to go to Christopher Greenwell? He dropped it. Chris, you don't usually drop those. Now, to be fair, he's usually catching them from Deshaun Wheeler, but Deshaun Wheeler's in the NFL. That's underneath. That's Z Smith, and Z Smith's got a lot of speed. Forget about a slot fade. Z Smith just going to have some speed. He's going to have track star speed. Look at him hold that ball. He just kind of grips it. He grips it like crazy. And he just has the track star speed, man. I think he's got 98 or 99. He's very fast. He outruns the entire Rutgers secondary and gets to the end zone. The grip strength on Z Smith is out of control. But I tell you, man, I freak out every time he holds it because one hit in the right spot and that ball is popping out of his hand. That's a good start, though, to this game. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns? Let's stop them from getting 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. That's got to be picked. It's not. It's not even going to be knocked incomplete. It's going to be caught. Okay. Jordan Allen's over here. Buckley's right there. Let's be Jordan Allen. Jordan Allen had a big end of the season last year. There's the snap. He's got a lot of room to run. He's not going to. He's going to throw it down the field. It's going to be caught. I got boxed out. And it's McAfee again who gets beat. Albert McAfee III continues to get exposed in coverages here. That's time by a big body tight end, I think it was. He just got behind him. I couldn't get in front to intercept that pass. There's a quarterback keep on a read option, and he's got a lot of room. He somehow was able to get away from everybody there. Even though I got in the backfield super quick, and I had multiple guys in the backfield there, he just gets away from everybody. Very frustrating. Very, very frustrating, because this Rutgers team is not better than us, but they continue to play like they are as good as we are. Oh, that's an unbelievable pass. That's something I would throw. That's right out of the Juice playbook right there. Just a little quick route across the middle, right up against the offensive line, or the defensive line. It's going to be play action, and it's going to be a little dump off. They keep stepping out of bounds, but they're getting a lot of yards. Let's go on the other side here. Let's be Jeremiah Buckley. Let's see if we can do some damage. Get to him, Buckley. Get to him. A lot of play action here. Oh, that's a great throw. Paul Spangler is the Rutgers quarterback this year. I don't know if I should go blitz or not. I think I'm going to keep it the way that it is. If we just break through, we break through. There we go. We stopped him. Gilly met him first. He didn't bring him down, but Gilly met him first. I don't really want to call a blitz here either. Maybe on third down we call a blitz. Oh, I missed the tackle. No, he's down at the 1. Thank God. I missed the tackle. I couldn't see him. There's too many bodies in there. I couldn't see where the ball carrier was, so I ran right past him. Pass, knock it out. He caught it, touchdown. I thought we might have got a hand on it, and it's KJ Duff again. I mean, they were right to call him out as the player spotlight for the offense of Rutgers. He seems to be the only guy that can make anything happen for him. And the Scarlet Knights have tied it at 14. This is a battle. And I wish it wasn't. But we've got way better athletes than they do. Hand off to Oliver. Ooh, he got pushed forward. That was a helpful tackle right there. If he doesn't get hit like that, he doesn't get the extra yards. Underneath, it's Brendan Blankenship, who's been talking about transferring for like 2 years now. Because he's got like a playing time deal breaker, but he plays all the time. I don't know what he's talking about. He must not be. He must be all talk and he's all bark and no bite. Because he's talked about transferring, yet he's still here. So we're paying him a lot of money to stay here. NIL is quite the thing. Oh, look at Mills. Absolutely cooking. I love Greg Mills, man. He's such a good tight end. Such a good tight end. And him being super young as well is just very, very promising. He could be one of the best players in the country, not just best tight ends in the country. Let's hit a 2nd and 10 screen. A little risky, but if we can get those blockers out, we should be able to do a pretty decent job. Never mind, they got to me too quick. Oliver didn't even get there in time. He was still not even ready to break out before the defenders got there. Oh, they're bringing a lot of pressure here. I wasn't ready for that. It's going to go out of incomplete. Why would they bring a blitz that I couldn't? What? Why? Who brings a blitz on 3rd and 10? What are we doing here? Christ. Pick 6. 21-14 Rutgers. Oh, no, we brought him down, actually. It's still going to be 21-14. It's not Nick Madden's fault. I didn't want to call a vertical play because I knew nobody was going to get open. I called it anyway, and then nobody got open. And I didn't know where to go. Jordan Allen gets a big sack on the quarterback. That's huge. Pushes him back to the 32-yard line, 2nd and 16. I'd love another one. Push him back even further. Oh, no, it's going to be a handoff. That's a big pop, though. A couple more of those, he's not going to hold on to that football. That'd be a momentum changer right there. Let's switch this to Buckley. Give Jordan Allen another chance. Buckley trying to rush. Get in there, Buckley. Get in there. Somebody get in there. Don't let him run. Don't let him run. He's too fast. He's going to get out of it. He ran past my D tackles. He's too quick with the guys that we had rushing him. Buckley couldn't get off his block. Jordan Allen was getting double teamed. All was left was our big D tackles, and they're fast, but they're not that fast. And he somehow is able to escape for the first down. That's really just backbreaking right there. We had a big third down, and we just let him run past us. I need Buckley to actually do something, though. Buckley's not doing anything. And I feel like I complain about Jeremiah basically every single episode. Because I expect more. I hold him in such a high regard. I expect him to be this elite pass rusher, and he isn't all the time. That's a pick, though. That's Justice. And Justice, Kayvon Justice, he's got a chance to pick six this. Instead of it being 21-14 Rutgers, it's going to be 21-14 Golden Broncos. Kayvon Justice, serving you on a platter. You have been served by Kayvon Justice. 21-14 in our favor. The quarterback throwing, I mean, he might have had a little bit of pressure in his face to make a poor decision, but one-on-one in the end zone, and he's going to throw that? I mean, his wide receiver wasn't even moving. His feet were planted. Very strange decision from the quarterback, and it works in our benefit. We'll see if we can get it to work again. I was going to cover that, but I didn't get out there in time. That's a big tackle, though. Eric James Jr. makes the play. And it's 2nd down and 11. Come on, Allen. I need you to get in there again. That's, ooh, thank God he fell down on that. And we're going against one of those teams that always plays no huddle. It's annoying. It certainly is. Doesn't give our guys any time to rest. It doesn't give me any chance to call new plays. I know I can audible out of it and stuff, but he didn't get a first down there? Are you serious? They're going to give him the first down on that? I don't know, man. I don't want to really waste a challenge because it doesn't matter that much, but I don't think he caught that for a first down. No! Don't swat. No. Don't swat. Two hands. Two hands. Grab interceptions, not deflections. That's going to be caught for a big-time play on 2nd down. It's 3rd and 3 from the 43. This is when we call our first blitz of the game. Quentin Luther's been good for most of his career. He's only going to get better. And he's going to lock him down. Look at Quentin Luther sealing the edge. Forcing a bad throw out of the quarterback. I told you, man. Quentin Luther, he's the real deal. He is the real dealio. Claiborne will fair catch. We'll start at the 13. Does Nick Madden even have the capabilities to get the ball down the field like this? I wouldn't worry if it was Wheeler throwing it, but do we know if he's got the arm strength? I mean, he's got like, what, high 80s arm strength? Maybe we'll have to just dink and dunk our way down the field. That's worked in the past. There's Allen Jr. again. Good block. Let's turn the chew clock off just so we don't get ourselves caught in a pickle. Not having a midfield logo does Christ. I pressed the wrong button. Not having a midfield logo does kind of affect it sometimes, because especially in these kind of like 2-minute, 1-minute situations where you're trying to push the ball down the field, having to look at the yard marker instead of where the logo is a little bit frustrating, and I'm still in the pocket there. That's annoying. That loses basically all the progress that we built up right there. But they are going to give Z Smith press coverage. That's a very dangerous thing to do, considering Z Smith already torched you earlier in this game. That's a little bit underneath, though. And on 4th and 22, I think we have to punt this ball back. We can't miss this and then have Rutgers get points before the half. It simply cannot happen. I mean, they might still get points, but we have to at least make them work for it. Okay, that was a very frustrating drive. Especially that stinking not intentional grounding. Yes, intentional grounding. That's what I was thinking of. That was the right thing. That was a bad throw. I mean, I had to get it away. I didn't want to take the sack. Maybe the sack would have been better. We might not have lost as many yards. Oh, that would have been a nice little snatch interception. It's already 3rd and 10, though. They haven't used much of the clock. Come on, Jordan. You're going up against a wide receiver. Intercept that. Oh, almost. He almost turned around and got it. They're going to punt it right back. Jordan Allen was going up against a wide receiver and couldn't pass him on the pass rush. So they get a 3 and out very quickly. They used about 11 seconds of the clock. And they give the ball right back to us. It's like nothing ever happened. We will try again. 28 seconds this time. And all of our timeouts. Let's go underneath. It's Jay Sean Oliver. Save one of those timeouts and just go right out of bounds. And then try and hit a slot fade. It's going to be Greenwell. We tried this earlier. He dropped it. This time he won't. Because, oh, he got it the last second. He got it the last second, but I didn't expect him to do that. And I already had given up. It was already too late. That's annoying. Why do you have to get it the last second? Did Z Smith go out of bounds here? It's not going to matter. He's not going to catch it anyway. He did catch it. He's going to score. He did go out of bounds, though. He got pushed out. It's not illegal touching. He got pushed. I thought he went out of bounds. I still threw to him just in case he didn't, but... yeah, he steps on that white line. Man. That's tough. We actually had a cool play there where he jumped and caught it and then was able to score off of it. No longer. Oh, great play by Greg Mills. He gets to the 4, or gets to the 50, but there's 4 seconds left. Give me some sort of slot fade or vertical or something. There it is, there it is. Oh, no, there's the slot fade. We'll go for that. I think this has a better probability of working than the verticals. If I can get it away. I got it away. Greenwell catches, but it's a little bit underthrown. I have no time left. No. They brought a blitz, and he was unblocked. So I had to get it away quicker than I wanted to. I had a touchdown if I could have just set my feet and had a good throw. Ah, Nick Madden, you just need a better arm, man. You just need a better arm. It's not your fault, but... they brought an extra man blitz. No, that was a touchdown. Oh, we came away just barely without a touchdown. Them's the breaks. We start the second half on defense, and we got to keep playing as good as we played in the second quarter and not allow any more points from this Rutgers offense. And Jeremiah Buckley starts the game, or starts the half with quarterback pressure, just barely avoiding a sack. He's going to feel that one, though. We hit him pretty hard. Come on, Buckley. There's the pass rush I'm looking for, but it's not in time as they get the ball away. That's a big shoulder, though. This 28 has taken a couple of those type of hits. He's gonna pop that ball out very soon. I can feel it. I can feel it burning my loins. There's a fumble on the horizon. Hand off to number 14, who does not feel like a running back. He feels like a huge wide receiver that's just in the backfield. There's no way that's their running back. They can't be. 28's more a running back than 14 is. That looks like freaking A.J. Brown back there. Well, maybe not as big as A.J. Brown, but looks like A.J. Green, I guess. 3rd and 3. They're going to switch back to having a player in the backfield. I can't even call him a running back. I don't think he is. Oh, but he's fast enough. That's for sure. He gets past my guys diving. Oh, I don't like it. I don't like this Rutgers offense. They run so much hurry up. They don't ever go to the huddle. They don't ever look at the sidelines. But it works out for him because he just scored a touchdown. Oh, stop him, please. Nope, a touchdown on Rutgers. Oh, my God. No, it's the tight end. Hold on. They have their tight end for lining up in the backfield? Yeah, Matthew Agunyi, number 14, is lining up in the backfield on that drive. That's strange. You don't usually see that happen all that well. That's a big time blocked extra point. It's 21-20. We keep the lead. As much as I make fun of Albert McAfee III, he gives himself some leeway with the athletic moves that he makes in special teams. Because that's not the first time I've called his name this series blocking extra points. He's done it like 2 or 3 other times. He is way more than you would expect blocking extra points. I know I probably should just run the clock, especially it being 21-20. But when given the opportunity to get a deep ball going, although they're not going to give me the opportunity right there, I had to get that away to Oliver. Oh, I hate when I have deep ball potential and I can't get it out because the defensive line gets to me too quick. That's so frustrating. At least give me some time to get some deep balls going. It seems like they've tightened up their run game a little bit. They're not letting me just go right on through like I had before. False start? Really? You cannot false start on that. All I was doing was audibling. Wasn't doing anything crazy. Come on, you cannot false start that, man. All right, Sammy cleared everybody. Good job. I mean, Nick Madden, to be fair, doesn't feel very good either. He doesn't feel like he throws a hard ball similar to Dave Grimes. But it doesn't feel as noticeable with Nick Madden as it did with Grimes. I don't know what it is. It's hard. It's so hard to explain. You have to actually be the one on the controller using the player for you to actually understand and get the feel for what I'm trying to explain. Because just me telling you what it feels like and then you having just no idea other than you saw a couple of plays doesn't do it justice. I should have got that out quicker. I knew what I was getting into there. I should have got that out quicker. We're going to go for it on 4th down. Very risky. But you got to risk it for some biscuits. And we're not going to get the biscuits. Sammy did not catch that ball very well. To be fair, it probably wasn't the greatest throw from Nick Madden. It's got to be better throw. And that is an unfortunate turnover on downs. Hand off to their actual running back, and he's going to have a lot of room to get a 1st down. Oh, this Rutgers team is going to give me some problems, aren't they? They're not that good, and that's the worst part because they're actually playing good, even though I know that they're not as good as we are. That happens so many times. So many times, it's hard to even count. Buckley misses the tackle on the read option, but we stopped him in the backfield still. Or at the line of scrimmage, I guess. 2nd down and 10. 2nd down and 10. And now, if we do go down in the 4th quarter of a game, I wouldn't feel as confident as I have been in the past because we don't have Deshaun Wheeler. Having Deshaun Wheeler and then Caleb Nobles, having those 2 quarterbacks made me feel invincible in the 4th quarter. We could go down. I felt like I could go down and score at any time. But with Nick Madden's a crazy catch, by the way. With Nick Madden, I don't know if I feel as confident. So if Rutgers scores here, that might be the end of the game. Oregon killed Oregon State, by the way, 35-10. Hand out to the running back. Gain of 1. Stop calling no huddle. My God, don't your guys get tired? Jesus. Second and 9. Hand off to the running back again. He gets more yards that time. 3rd and 5. More no huddle. I'm blitzing. I'm bringing a free fire. Everybody's coming in. They're going to have a touchdown because that linebacker would have been in that spot if I didn't bring a blitz. If I don't bring that blitz, Antoine Sparks fills that spot and that guy's not open, at least not at that moment. They're going to go for it. 2-point. If he cuts it inside like he did, he's going to have it. 28-21. Not getting that fourth down conversions. Very frustrating. And calling a read option on 2-point conversion, insanity. Blankenship drops the football, not shocked. He got hit hard. We go to the fourth quarter, and we try our best to take the lead or to tie the game back. I think we have it here. No, we don't. Do we have it? We do have it. Greenwell gets it. But, I mean, the ball's just not thrown hard enough for him to take it to the end zone. He just can't get the ball out hard enough. That's open. It's Greg Mills. Big first down. Would I consider going for 2 in my own right if I scored here? No, that's stupid. Just tie the game. Z Smith underneath. Oh, he squeezed through. Shouldn't have had those yards, but he got him. And to be fair, Nick Madden's thrown 309 yards today. Kind of a low-key 300 yards. Oliver following his blocks. Gets the first down. That was a generous first down. Thank you. Stop giving those generous first downs to them. And we make it to 1st and goal from the 7. The handout to Oliver. He gets a yard. I know that I have chew clock on. I know what I'm doing. I'm a professional. This has got to be a touchdown right here. Underneath, Blankenship wide open, walks in. Easy. The Greenwell slot fade was huge. That's for sure. We kick it through. It is tied at 28. All we have to do is stop them one time. We've done it before. We can do it again. We can stop this offense from moving the football. We just have to play our parts and not get beat down the field. They're going to motion their tight end. Hand it off to another running back. He dodges my big hit, gets brought down later at the 32, and they're back to their BS. God, we need to like have some injuries or something just to ruin their momentum. I don't want to waste my timeouts. That's a quarterback handoff, and I missed the first time. We missed the tackle. We missed another tackle. That was a hit stick, by the way. I tossed a hit stick at that quarterback. He bounced right off of it. What's this quarterback made of? Running back, brought down immediately. Gain of nothing. It's a loss of 1. Good job, Buckley. Oh, I thought they snapped it there. They got so much motion and so much no-huddle. They're such a frustrating team to play. Get there, Buckley. There it is. That's a massive sack as we take it to the 2-minute warning. That's a huge sack. Now, we don't have a good history in this game of stopping them on 3rd down, but that's a massive, massive sack. I don't know who their credit they're going to give that to. Allen misses the tackle. Do not let him get this. Do not let him get this after the tackle. Thank God. Jordan Allen missed the tackle in the backfield, and I thought he was about to have it. Man, talk about the absolute BS we would have been discussing if he would have got a first down out of that. TT Claiborne. Oh, TT. He's got the punter to beat. TT Claiborne up the sideline. TT Claiborne down the sideline. TT Claiborne to the house. Punt return touchdown. The Golden Broncos lead. TT Claiborne, the senior, been here since day 1. And he gives the home team the lead with a minute to go on a punt return touchdown. The most unfathomable way to take the lead with a minute to go. Who would have guessed if you had your money on the punt return being the game-winning score, then you just made absolute bank. Wow, I hope you didn't take the under on the points scored in this game because this one's been a little bit out of control, and now Rutgers has the ball again immediately with a minute to go, but now down by a touchdown, needing one to tie and take to overtime. We do not want them to go to overtime. There's their first timeout used. If we can get all their timeouts used before they get into the field goal / red zone area, that would be pretty much the ideal plan. Or an interception would be awesome. I was going to say, interception would be sick too. They're going to booth review it. I think he got at least a foot down. Yeah, he got at least a foot down. I would have been shocked if they didn't call that a catch. So they saved themselves a timeout by getting extra yards, going out of bounds. Come on, Buckley. Win. Buckley! Oh, no, Justice! Kayvon Justice had a pick again, and it bounced off of him. I don't know if he was more into hitting the tight end than he was catching the football there. That's a little check down. There's a big hit. He goes to the ground. 3rd and 6. They're going to hurry up, obviously. I'm going to tell my guys to give a little bit of cushion here. I don't want to be in press coverage. That's got to be picked. It is! It's Eric James Jr. We were talking about him at the beginning of the game because he's got 95 speed. He comes in and wins it for us, or at least closes it out. The Rutgers quarterback tries to get a little bit aggressive, throws across the middle. Eric James Jr. pounces on it. What a game. Rutgers had the weirdest stat line. They scored 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. Nothing in the second quarter. Then 2 more touchdowns in the third quarter, and then nothing in the fourth quarter. So they started each half really hot, but then they could not finish each half. That's kind of funny. There's Z. Look how he holds the football. It's just so... It's very anxiety building, the way that he holds that football. And there's the game winner, T.T. Claiborne with the punt return touchdown that sealed it for us, or that gave us the lead. The interception sealed it for us. Huge plays. We stay undefeated 3-0. We start our Big Ten schedule with a big victory in conference. Always nice to see. And now we take on Maryland. This time I think it's on the road. I think we had a home and away against these guys. So let's go play Maryland. We'll check on the recruits, make sure that we're not getting beat by anybody. We did get locked out of Sean Agnew, but I don't think we even put any points on him, so it's not the end of the world. We're going to get locked out of a lot of guys that we didn't put any points on, obviously. We're still in position for George Chin. That week 6 visit's probably going to determine where he chooses to commit. Andre Price, very close to committing. Walt Ogletree, we're looking pretty good on. Sammy Bulaga, same deal. Lamar Choice, we got passed by Penn State. That's not great. We might have to switch to a hard sell on him. And we should probably get him on campus pretty soon. All right, let's swap to a hard sell for Lamar Choice. We'll sell. We have a B. It's probably going to be this one, TV time. Is there any other ones with that combination? It could be this one, though. Both of it doesn't really matter because both of them include 2 A's or A pluses or A minuses, and then the B. What's his thing? Championship contender is his deal breaker. And obviously they both involve championship contender. I think I'm going to take TV time and hope that he cares about that. That's a little bit of a risk, but we're going to try it. We can always switch it, I guess, but we might fall behind too far, and it might not matter. We are going to get Lamar Choice. I guess we got to get him on a week 6. It might be too late if we don't get him on anything else. So we'll do championship contender, and hopefully that week 6 visit matters a lot. Kyle Anderson, we probably should get on a visit. Max Shank is another quarterback commit who is pretty decent, I think, right? 86 speed, 92 excel. He's got platinum extender out the gates, 92 throw power. Looks like he could be pretty good. Is he the only quarterback we're going after? We have a couple quarterbacks on the board, but I think Max Shank's the only one we're going after. We have 80 hours left. 80 hours left. We're looking pretty good. We don't have to... Ooh, Andre Price. I didn't realize that Georgia was making such a big push in that week 7 visit. Luckily, we have him on a week 6, so we're still ahead of them. That's going to be pretty tough. I don't think we need to start hard selling these guys just yet. Lamar Choice was the first one we needed to hard sell. We'll take off Vernon Smith on the deal breaker. Doesn't really matter. We'll take off Agnew. Okay, so we have 80 hours left. Do I spread them down to these guys? I think I should. We're starting to fall off a little bit on Leidke. Let's get him on a week 8. And we'll do conference prestige. And then we will go... We'll take off friends and family. And we'll just do a regular 50. See if we can keep ahead of Pitt. Georgia Tech put a scholarship on Demetrius Atwell. As you should. He's a pretty decent player. I'll put 10 on him to kind of keep pace. Frank Miller, we'll put 5 on. All right. that is where we will be for this week of recruiting as we inch closer to week number 6, which just keeps getting more and more important. That week 6 will be in the next episode. It just keeps getting more and more important. We take on Maryland on the road today in the second game of the doubleheader. What uniforms are they going to wear today? They got a couple good ones, I think, right? The black one's pretty solid, but I think they've worn those in a previous game I played against them. Or maybe I chose those ones because those ones are pretty clean. I do like those ones. I think they'll just wear the regular homes. Don't really want to get too picky. We've worn these pretty recently. Let's wear the Storm the Castle ones. We haven't worn these in a minute, so let's wear the all gold to storm the castle, and we will try to storm the castle and beat the Terrapins. It is a beautiful campus here in Maryland. Really nice field. I like it. And it's a little rainy nighttime time of game. Probably late afternoon, starting obviously to get into the night. Sammy Allen Jr., the player highlighted on our offense, makes sense. He is the best offensive player. He's number 13 for a reason. And, I mean, those jersey numbers don't necessarily have to go to the best player on each side of the football. If there happens to be a bit higher overall rated player that doesn't have that number, I mean, that's fine. It's really just whoever fits the kind of aura that number brings. Oliver, good handoff. Good job, Jay Sean. You know what? I don't want to mess around with this Maryland team. I'm going to turn the shoe clock on immediately. I'm not here to have another Rutgers game where we are battling until the very end, where we have to win on a walk-off. Well, not a walk-off, but on a fourth quarter, minute to go punt return touchdown, and then an interception to win it in the very end. I'm not really in the business for that, so let's go accelerate clock, trying to take as much time off as possible, and hopefully limit the amount of possessions that Maryland gets. I don't know how good they're going to be, but if we can limit the amount of possessions they have, that would be ideal. Hand off to Oliver, and he will get up to the 12. Good job, Jay Sean. 3 carries for 34 yards already. He's had a pretty good start to the year. He's over 400 yards to start. Oliver, squeeze. No, he got brought down. Gain of 2. That's still pretty good. He got 2 out of that. Maybe the Y corner is going to be good. I don't really like this because Greg Mills never gets open on this. It has potential to be such a good play, but he never gets open on it. And they really screwed me on that one. It looked like everybody was... I mean, the whole entire team, both teams went to the left. I thought the entire right side would be open, but that defender stayed with me. That's off of somebody's hand, or who hit that? Who touched that? Oh, Nick Madden just threw it off of the head of 63. You got to be joking. Really, Nick? Throw it off of the head of 63? God, Nick. I try to give you the benefit of the doubt because you're the starter, but you can't be doing stuff like that, and we didn't get the first down, did we? We come up just short, and Dickie Guyton knows it. God, Nick, why did you throw it off the head of the guard? What are you doing? Running back brought down at the 4. Mason Curtis makes a big play. We got to get a safety here, or at least just stop him. I guess it doesn't matter if it's a safety or not. Safety to be cool, but quarterback's going to keep it, bring him down. Big hit, maybe? He's going to stiff arm me. Of course he is. Tackle him, please, at least. Jeez. I was trying too much for the big hit, I guess. Somebody fill the hole. Nope. It's a first down. I guess the all-out blitzes aren't working. Or not the all-out blitzes, but the linebacker blitzes aren't working. So we'll stay with the regular rushes. They go for a screen. It works pretty well. Gets them to the 26. Man, I can't believe that Nick Madden threw that ball off the head of his guard. It was going to be wide open. That's intercepted by Kayvon Justin. He does it again. He doesn't get a pick six, but he picks off the quarterback in 2 straight games, and he's waving at the Maryland crowd. That's huge, Kayvon. I knew he was going to have a big season because he's such a fast player. So he was going to be able to be around the ball a lot, which is always good. But he's coming up with some big-time interceptions. That's huge as we are inching closer to the end of the first quarter. Oliver trying to get in. He won't get in on this one. He'll get up to the 2, and that'll be where the first quarter ends. Still 0-0, but we are knocking right on the door as the big turtle's dancing and gyrating. Is it even a turtle? It's a form of turtle, right? A species of turtle. But I think a terrapin is its own species of turtle, I guess. Who cares? It's a turtle. And we're going to try to punch this in with Jayshon Oliver. He's going to cut it inside, and he's in. Jayshon Oliver scores, and we will take an early lead here against the Terrapins. That's big. That's real big. Needed that. Absolutely needed that. That Kayvon Justice interception is going to prove to be pretty big, at least in the first half. They will not take it out. They'll kneel it down to start their drive. They'll start the 25, and we could use another interception. If this quarterback wants to throw one, I would be more than happy. I'd also be happy with a sack, and we almost got there. Jordan Allen came in untouched and almost had him down. But he just escaped with the throw. Somebody get there. It's going to be a throw again. The running back will go out of bounds at the 27. It's 3rd down and 8. 3rd down and 8. Get to him, 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 get to him. Jordan Allen this time's not going to miss. And he brings him down for the sack. It's 4th and 20. Thank you, J-Dub. That's huge. That is absolutely massive. You know what else is massive? T.T. Claiborne had the game-winning punt return touchdown. He's not going to get a chance on this one. And we go back on offense, hopefully to go up by 2 scores. Hand off to Oliver. I feel like he could have got more yards out of that. Probably should have got more yards out of that. That's okay. Because we'll go underneath the Blankenship. He'll get it up for a 1st down. Maybe I should have waited for Greg Mills there like I usually do, but Blankenship was open. And they kind of scared me because they had guys like barreling down trying to get to the ball. Kind of got a little bit scared. A little gun shy. Let's go to the mesh spot. They're not pressing as much as Rutgers did. At least not to start the game here. Maybe they'll do later. That's Sammy Allen Jr. He turns up the field. Did he get the first? They're going to give it to him. Generous. I feel like they don't usually give me that. And up to Oliver. Trying to fight. Good job, Jayshon. Fall forward. Get some extra yards you shouldn't have had. This will be the final play before the 2-minute warning as we will be, hopefully, getting a 1st down here. Or not. Deuce is not going to get it, that's for sure. He doesn't even get a single yard. Good job, Deuce. That play was a pile of deuce. 3rd and 4. Coming out of the 2-minute break. Greg Mills got bumped, but he's still in stride. Catches that football. This is why he's so good. That's why he's one of my favorite players. Because even during his bump, he still had enough speed to be able to catch that football and take it for a huge play. There's the snap. There's the throw to Sammy. Sammy should get in. Sammy dive! No, they stopped my dive. I pressed it, but they got me caught in that tackle animation before I could achieve the dive. So he gets to the 1. Hand off to Oliver. Oliver will walk in untouched for touchdown number 2 for him. And that is a 14-0 lead here in the first half against Maryland. 47 seconds remain. Looks like freaking McDonald's convention. There's a bunch of mustard and ketchup in the crowd. 47 seconds. They're not going to return this, so they will start at the 25-yard line. All of their timeouts and a quarterback that has already thrown an interception. Please do it again. He's going to throw underneath. His tight end brought down. Quentin Luther, good tackle. They call their first timeout. They call their first timeouts. Jordan Allen, I need another sack from you. He might. Oh, nope. Oh, that's off the hands. They go right back to number 84. Maybe the ball's a little wet. I don't know. But he does not complete the catch. It's 3rd and 3. That's a tough drop. I'd be super upset if I was playing as this team. They go third straight time to 84. He catches it this time. Gets a lot of yards, including the first down. They use their second timeout. Are they in play for a field goal here? Not right now, but they could be if they get a big play. And they're going for underneath. Incomplete. Little miscommunication there, although I think he got hit on the throw maybe because he was coming up from the ground. 2nd and 10. Quick throw. He's got it. No, he doesn't. Dropped. I tried to get my quarter in position to intercept that, and I just got in there a little bit too late. Luckily, he dropped it. Jordan Allen untouched. Oh, my God. He got brutalized on that one. Jordan Allen came in and roughed him up. I probably should have just let this go to the half, but there's still a little bit of time. Maybe we can do something. TT. No, okay, TT can't do anything, but we're up to the 26. Is there any chance we can do something here? Probably not. Not with Nick Madden's arm, I wouldn't think. And I don't really want to throw a pick or anything. Let's just go underneath the Greg Mills. Oh, he dropped it. Never mind. That's probably for the best. It's probably for the best that he drops that. Call the play before they're ready. Oh, Jesus. Jesus. A lot of pressure on me there. Did he hear that? I think he heard it. See if we can take the corner there, the safety there. No, he's going to be the one that follows. One-on-one. Allen Jr. come back to the football. It's intercepted. I couldn't get Allen Jr. to come back to the ball. So that's an unnecessary interception for Nick Madden there. At the end of the half, I shouldn't have even done that. There was an open guy across the middle. We go into the half. We're up 14-0. All we really got to do is just waste the final 2 quarters of the game, and we can win the game pretty easily. But I got a little too aggressive there. Nick Madden does not have the arm to make that throw, and it's intercepted. We start the second half with the defense on the field, and we're going to try and keep up what we've been doing, which is stopping Maryland's offense. So let's keep trying that. I'd love some more interceptions thrown by the quarterback, maybe a fumble here and there. I'm not asking for too much. I'm not trying to be too greedy. I'm just asking for our defense to produce. And that's a big sack. Speaking of defense producing, Jeremiah Buckley, big sack. That's a good way to produce. 3rd and 17 for the Terrapins. There's the snap. It's going to be a screen. Get out to it. Get out to it. Get out to it. Get out to it. Good job. TT brings him down. 4th and 12. They'll punt it on a 3 and out. Beautiful. We'll turn the chew clock back on, and we will get out of here. TT. Oh, wrapped up. He takes such a wide angle. I try to pass him, but he's already too close. All right, boys. Let's do our job. Waste as much clock as possible. Yeah, that was a really good run on the first carry of the drive. Waste as much clock as possible and escape with the victory. Well, not escape. I mean, we're up 2 scores. Not really an escape. Leave with the victory, I guess is a better way to put it. But now it's 2nd and 8, and they want me to pass. You don't want me to run on 2nd and 8? Why not? Why not? What up with that? Underneath, it's going to be a little bit of a low throw, but Z Smith's able to bring it in and then get the first down. I was worried that was going to get picked off. The way that Maryland defender was like running towards the ball, I thought he was going to come and just snatch it out of the air, but he didn't. And we get a nice first down out of it. Oh, God. Jay Sean Oliver just got shoved to the ground. Not even just tackled. He just kind of like pushed him down. 2nd and 10. You don't want me run on 2nd and 8. I'll run on 2nd and 10 because I'm just that crazy. We get over 100 yards with Oliver. That's nice. And we've used a lot of the third quarter clock already. Is that circle? I think it is. Haha, I remembered, and it's Z Smith wide open. Good thing I remembered that was what his button was, or that would have been pretty awkward. Z Smith just stands in the middle of the field wide open, and Nick Madden's able to adjust and find him. Although now they're really not letting me run the ball at all, are they? We've taken this third quarter all the way down under a minute. Okay, here's a good run. And Oliver, I thought he was going to be able to get a first down there, maybe even a touchdown. It becomes 3rd and inches. I think I'm going to switch this. If he hears the play, they did hear the play, okay. Switch it to a run on 3rd and inches. I believe in Jay Sean Oliver. He's going to get the first down. I didn't really want to score on that play. And that's exactly what we didn't do, is score. We end the third quarter. We took a lot of third quarter clock. Most of it, in fact. Most of the third quarter clock has been drained. But unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do the same for the fourth quarter clock on at least this drive. Because we're at the 5 already. I would like to punch this in, though, so we got to be careful that we don't waste our downs. 2nd and goal from the 5. Underneath, across the middle. Z dropped it. Okay, Z, that's fine. Not a big deal. It's just the end of the world. Greenwell travels well. Good job. Greenwell stays in the end zone for a touchdown. That's a big throw from Nick Madden. It wasn't a great throw, but it's a big throw. And it's a 3-touchdown lead. 21-0. We're shutting out Maryland in their own building. I really wish that we would have taken a little bit more time off, but we were so close to the goal line. There really wasn't much chance unless we went all the way to 4th down, and then we risked not getting it, and then it's just a whole mess of problems. So we did what we had to do. We'll just hopefully get the ball back very quickly from Maryland's offense here, maybe on a 3 and out, I should say, if I could speak. Quarterback throws it away on 1st down, avoiding the sack, like they always do. And that brings up 2nd and 10 from the 22. Buckley's getting double teamed. He finds a way around it. That's just unfortunate. TT Claiborne not covering very well. He was beaten by at least 2 or 3 yards. I thought TT was one of our faster corners. I don't know how he couldn't stay with the guy. Oh, Jordan Allen again. Jordan Allen missed the sacks. No! Jordan Allen does that so many times. I don't know how many times. I can't even count it on 2 hands how many times he's gone after a quarterback and been free right to him, and he just misses him. Either he completely whiffs, or he gets a hand on him and they shrug him off, which is just insane. Jordan Allen's like 275 with pure muscle. I don't know how a quarterback is able to shrug him off, but they do. They absolutely do. Oh, that's another unfortunate play, and I can't get a hit stick because he did like a stiff arm, I guess. I don't know. This quarterback's kind of been lighting me up, low-key. Like, he's got over 300 yards and not 3 touchdowns. I think he's got it. Because it said he had touchdowns, so they obviously don't have any touchdowns today. So maybe that was last week's stats or something. So maybe he hasn't been lighting me up. That makes me feel a little bit better. I thought he was lighting me up a lot. That must have been his last week's stats. All right, that makes me feel a little bit better, not getting cooked by a Maryland quarterback. That's never good. That's unfortunate, though. I mean, to be fair, they are kind of cooking me a little bit. They just because they don't have any points yet doesn't mean that. Yeah, okay. I see his previous game, 344 and 4 touchdowns, kind of crazy actually. But this game, he doesn't even have over 100 yet. He's probably going to get it on this drive, but he doesn't yet. Somebody get to him. How did he get that away? Oh, God. 85. Who's 85? Because he is strong. He keeps stiff-arming my guys into their souls. He touches them inappropriately, and it's not happy. It's not a fun time. Get to the quarterback. Get to the quarterback. Sack. Touchdown. Nothing. Thank you. That ball was kind of dead. Dead upon arrival. 3rd and 1, maybe bring a little blitz. No, it's going to be dropped. Thank you. Big hit. Drops that ball. And now it's a 4th and 1 situation. Do they pass it again? They might. I can see him passing it again, but I'm gonna go for a blitz. It's going to be a run. He's going to change directions. He's going to get a touchdown out of it. The shutout's gone. The change of direction on that run from Jamie Birmingham, whatever his name is, was pretty elite because he had himself stopped there, and then he put a foot in the ground and cut over, and he had a touchdown out of it. That's okay. Oh, they're going to go for the... I'll call timeout here, just so I don't screw it up. I'd really prefer this game to not get to a 1-possession lead. So hopefully somebody gets this. It's going to bounce. Thank you. Soto, just go down. And that is not good for Maryland. We get the ball with a chance to take even more time off. Oliver does really well at taking time off. He's got 20 carries for 123 yards. Although his risk of injury is starting to get a little high. Got to be a little cautious of that. We have capable backups, though, behind him with Bannister and Deuce. This will be the final play before the stoppage. Oliver gets those 2 yards back he lost, at least. And it becomes 3rd and 10. And we get to the 2-minute warning. Here we go. It is all on this play. I mean, we could kick a field goal, I guess, but is that really what we want to do? I guess it's going to have to be what we do because Jay-Sean Oliver, or they covered Sammy Allen Jr. with 2 players. It's not what I expected. I was looking at Sammy the entire game, or the entire play there since the snap, and they covered him with 2 guys, which is not something that usually happens on that play. I just kind of went for something there. I shouldn't try to throw those deep balls because I know that Nick Madden doesn't have the arm strength to get it there. That's a crazy throw, but dropped. We were all over him. I would have been shocked and stunned. Flabbergasted, even, if he would have held on to that. We're basically riding him like a backpack. That's can't be caught. Yep, TT was right there. Finally, TT's able to stay with somebody. 3rd and 10. This is becoming quickly very dangerous for Maryland. Jordan Allen got through very quickly. How did I not bring him down? Thank you, Buckley. I think it was Buckley got it. It is. I kind of just ran into him and he didn't get I didn't get a tackle animation. He didn't grab him. He kind of just pushed him into his guard, or pushed him into his offensive lineman and then just ran past him. On 4th and 19, that's the play you chose? All right. Whatever. Well, the play might not have been that bad, but the decision to throw it to that guy was bad. And now Oliver gets the ball back as he's trying to waste even more timeouts for Maryland. They used their 2nd one, and now they will use their 3rd one on this play, as long as nobody gets hurt or anything. Oh, we overcommitted. Oliver gets a beautiful gain, and that is it. We are going to win 21-7 over the Terrapins on the road in the rain. Thank God. We needed that win badly to keep ourselves undefeated and to keep those recruits interested in coming here. Because at this point, any loss hurts us in the end. And Oliver had a big day. 24 carries, 2 touchdowns, along with 140 yards. That's a huge day in the rain when you can't really trust your quarterback's arm that much. I mean, Nick Madden hasn't been the worst quarterback I've ever played with, that's for sure. I played with a lot of bad quarterbacks in this game, but he's definitely not the worst I've ever played with. He's certainly not the best. I played with some great quarterbacks in this game. He's kind of just, he's probably closer to the worst, but he's not, he's like right below average is how I would rank him. That's where I'd class him, I guess. Ooh, big level up for All-American Richard Guyton. And we will move to week number 5, which next episode is going to include week 5 and week 6. And week 6 is our first big recruiting visit of the season with a lot of 5 stars on campus. Jeremiah Buckley becomes a player of the week in the Big Ten. And we take on UCLA to start next episode. How's recruiting looking, though? We have some points available. We have 80. Oregon's starting to make a big push. That week 6 game is going to decide it. Maybe I should have changed my sell for you. Let's switch to a sell. Where's it at? A plus, a B, and a C for Andre Price. I don't even know if that's gonna make much difference. That's not that good of a sell, but I'm gonna test it out and see what happens. I guess we got to try to get past Georgia again. Ogletree, we're looking solid on. Bulaga, we're looking solid on. We did, in fact, pass Lamar Choice when we sold on him. So that's good. We got the correct thing there. Kyle Anderson, we need to get him on campus. Unfortunately, week 8, he's got the competitive with Sammy Bulaga. We can't get him on week 6, obviously. I guess we could do week 10, but that's a little risky. He might even just commit before week 10, to judging by what he's looking like right now. Do I care about the competitive visit with Bulaga? That's the question. Bulaga's coming in on campus on week 8. He's got the competitive. Let's not risk it. Let's just go week 10. It might be a little risky, but then again, he might just commit before week 10 anyway. So, if anything, it's just a waste of 40 hours. That's the only thing it would be. Maryland has finally jumped us for Max Schenk. We got to choose something with minor. This D tackle we're very close on. Tracy Silver locked us out. We still have an option for this 5-star quarterback that nobody's even going after. He's decent. He's got really good throw power, good accuracies. He's just not the quickest guy in the world. I'll toss a little Scully on him, I guess. Maybe we get in his race. Who else do I want to send on a visit? We probably should get Bodie on campus. But if I schedule him for a visit, we can't do week 6. Let me take 5 off of somebody. Let me take a 5 off of Minor, maybe. Although Nebraska is going to pass us for Frank Minor. I can't really do that. Let's take a 5 off of Demetrius Atwell. We should probably get Minor on campus. We'll do week 8 for him. And we'll do conference prestige. We probably should swap some hours to go fully in on him so we can kind of battle against Nebraska. But that week 5, they're going to pass us. Absolutely. So we probably need to switch. Do we need to go after Max Schenk? I'm going to take my hours. I'm going to get out of the race for Max Schenk. We're going to take the hours off of him. Miami, you can have him. I need to put more hours into Frank Minor. That gives us 40. That's not enough. It is enough for a hard sell, at least. It's probably going to be that one, Sunday Bound. Yeah, I think that's the only one it can be. We're going to give him Sunday Bound and hope that that's enough to keep Nebraska behind us. But if they do pass, we're going to get a lot of hours back in the next couple of weeks. So we can try to make that up. We are trying to go into Motivator. That's right. We're trying to get into Motivator here and make it our number one skill. It's going to take a couple more upgrades to get that, because then when we get to the off season, we'll have the big training boost and we'll get a lot of XP and all that kind of good stuff. So that is going to be where we end today's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Thank you so much. Stop by and watch. I truly appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.